What's up, boys?
What's
What's
up?
happening, man?
this
Look at
is
us moving up in the world.
this is different.
Yes, sir.
First, I gotta address this, Joe. I don't know how you can wear that hat.
It matches the jersey. Matches the jersey.
I was just this. That's just. I mean, you're not wrong. It's just.
I
You
mean,
know.
you know what? The Broncos are disappointing, so I'm wearing a basketball jersey.
You got that right, bro.
Is this
I've,
where we're
I've
starting?
I haven't been more disappointed in the last 6 years than I am right now.
That's coming
Yeah.
from a guy who had Teddy, Paxton Lynch, the list
I
of Joe
mean,
Flacco.
Blake Bortles, the list goes on. The list goes on and on and on.
Mm,
It's frustrating to see, especially when, the first half, the team looked decent, they could move the ball. They scored 10 points. Things were looking optimistic. Then they came out of half and just took a half-mile step back, like just went straight back to everything we saw all season. And that's just such a letdown, you know. Defense has been great, though. It's something to hang our hat on. Defense
yeah.
looked tremendous.
Yeah,
Keep,
defense
keeps us
got.
in games, keeps us in games, We're
Yeah,
never
Mhm.
out of a game so far this season. So
defense got what, like 60 something pressures in the last 2 weeks. Like,
absolutely astronomical numbers. I mean, you
they're-
have Patrick Surtain, who's playing at the highest level in the NFL, according to Pro Football Focus. Um, Bradley Chubb has been one of the highest rated pass rushers, Baron Browning as well. There's just so much good on the defensive side. And, something I've said a lot, especially, over on TikTok, is offense just needs to show just a little bit of life, just a little bit. It doesn't need to have a ton, just enough to put up 20 points. That's all the Broncos have needed this season for most games is 20 points. And we haven't been able to get there except once.
yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly,
I think.
uh,
Yeah.
go for,
That's
go
all I
for it,
got.
man.
I was gonna say. I think since I know me and Joe were live yesterday. I mentioned his blind side was going to be something along this line. Is that right?
Yeah. Uh, it was going to allow me to get some frustrations out. Do
Yeah.
you want me to just get into the blind side right away?
Ooh,
All right,
jump
all
right
right.
into it.
Let's
My
do it.
blind
Let's
side
jump into it.
is Jerry Jeudy the most overrated player in the entire NFL?
I think you got to be rated in order to be overrated, don't you?
Yeah, dude has the second lowest catch percentage in the league, and like you're wearing his jersey, dude.
I know. I know.
Is like
I like the orange, okay? It brings out
it,
my eyes.
it's fair, and
It's
like
so
I
appropriate
had
that he's
such
wearing
high
that
hopes
jersey
for
and
him,
this is his blind side.
but like, it, are there more overrated players? Like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head.
So I want to
But
I just want to say this is the Dez, rest in peace DT, Lamb, Judy. It's my turn. It's my
Yeah,
turn. It's my turn. Like, don't get me wrong. Dez it was not underrated by any means or overrated by any means. Like he had his 3 year stretch where he was top three receiver in the league, and that was basically it. And DT was a lot more consistent. But yeah, this is my turn. This is my turn to have the wider
yeah.
better. Let's
yeah,
go.
I mean, he was
Another
supposed to
W.
be, he was supposed to be the best wide receiver in the best wide receiver class and, highest drafted wide receiver by the Broncos in the history of the organization. You know, just it's very disappointing to see. I mean, we saw it just on Monday night, just the drops,
Mm-hmm.
just just lack of focus. And then at the end of the game, I don't know what was going on. I'm not going to speculate what was going on. We all saw Melvin Gordon pouting on the sideline all night. Um,
Mhm.
Honestly, I'm very confused about him starting this week. That's a whole nother topic of conversation. Because I honestly, if I were the coach and the GM and saw him pouting like that on the sideline, I would have cut him.
Yeah.
Just for the sheer fact of you standing down by yourself, just pouting all game. But then Jerry Jeudy goes down there at the end of the game and starts chucking it up, laughing around, laughing at stuff, and
Yep.
it's in overtime, and you've got a chance to win the game, and you're down there just saying who knows what, who knows what they could have been talking about, but it's all the little things we've seen throughout the years of Jeudy being here. The off the field issues that we've seen, the comments, the tweets, he's notorious for just sending out the dumbest tweets in the world.
Yep.
I hope we're all just seeing only the bad, and the good actually outweighs it. But from the outside looking in, it doesn't look good for him.
Yeah, so this might be a weird take, might be off, but I'd feel better about the offense if our wide receiver core was Cortland, Hamler, Washington. I'd feel better than I do right now.
We've seen Hamler make incredible catches throughout his time here in Denver.
Yeah.
And Hinton. I mean, what's that?
Did he even come out? Is Jeudy still in jail? Did he even come out?
Couldn't tell me, but I mean, like, I think the main upside with this team that was, coming out of the offseason and everything was that Jeudy was going to be the number one. Cortland is a very good number two, low scale number one, high scale number two, whatever you want to say. Tim Patrick would have been a great number three. Yeah. I don't think Jeudy is anywhere near that at all.
I do feel we're missing Tim Patrick a lot. He was that consistent guy that he always got 70 catches for 700, 800 yards. He was always just Mr. Consistent. He was the go-to guy. This wide receiver group is definitely missing him. I'm not saying Jeudy would be any better. I think Cortland would be better than he has been because Cortland's had a hell of a season.
Yeah.
I think it would elevate Cortland Sutton, but I don't know about Jeudy because it's not even that he can't get open. We've seen him get open. He just has lack of focus and drops the ball a lot.
Or he stumbles. I can't even remember what drive that was where he tripped over his own feet. Nobody was near him, and he just stumbled and couldn't get it. I mean, I think I'm out on Jeudy. I'm done. He's a bust. Move on. Yes, looking at me like that.
I'm not there.
Dude, I'm so there.
I don't think they should pick anything up from him. I don't think, as far as his fifth-year option goes, I don't think they should pick that up. I think they may as well just ride the rest of whatever he's got out left. Because, honestly, what else do you do at this point? And I wouldn't bring him back, though, or put him out for trade bait.
Yeah. The thing that worries me with that, though, is that's what we did with Bowles. And is he going to have a great year that year and then just completely regress too, like Bowles did,
Right.
Who
knows?
I'm ready to cut ties.
Yeah. All right. So I think
are there other players that you would throw into this there, Jimmy? Or James?
No. I think we should just ride it out.
No, I meant most overrated players. That was the topic of discussion.
In general?
Yeah. Or most overrated players.
Just at this current moment, or going from this off season to right now?
This off season to right now, just right now.
Melvin Gordon has to have an argument in that too. He wasn't rated very high.
Can we just name the Broncos?
But there's a lot of we could go on and on and on.
Can we just do that?
Hey, Cowboys lost too.
Beat the Hammer.
Another person I'd throw in there is Elijah Moore, from the Jets.
Yeah.
Oh.
As a possible one, but I didn't know if you guys halfway through the season were getting a sense of anybody being overrated.
Overrated? Scary Terry.
You know what? I don't hate the take.
Jimmy, you're so consistent. You just like you
Hey,
bring
I'm
things
just
full
saying.
circle just perfectly.
I'm just saying. I made the video when he got his big contract, and he said all that money just to get locked up by Diggs for 3 more years.
That I mean, Terry has not been producing, and I don't really know what the reasoning is.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we'll see if Heineke can get him to pop off.
The Commanders scare me more with Heineke than Wentz, but I've never been a huge fan of Wentz.
I mean, you must not have seen that block.
That man, that's not even the first one this season, dude. That's like his third one this season of just completely depleting a linebacker.
I mean, you're not going to get much better than
Hey,
Roquan, though.
but you know what? Maybe he's grown up in the years because in years past we've seen him just do extremely reckless stuff, right? He only threw his non-throwing shoulder. I know this looks like actually, I don't know what it looks like. Everything's backwards, but he always led with his non-throwing shoulder. So
He should have
maybe
flipped
maybe he
it.
smartened up a little bit.
The dude sprained both ankles in one game.
I did on one play. It wasn't even just one game.
You're right. You're right. But Commanders and Broncos are overrated. Offense.
You know what? There are since we're talking about that, there are a lot of teams you could probably say are overrated from where they were this offseason because there's only 10 teams right now with a winning record in the NFL, all of NFL.
That's crazy.
Like
I guess
I was watching Pat McAfee show and they were kind of going through a bunch of these stats and the NFL as far as like scoring, yards, basically every offensive stat is the lowest since 2017 and every defensive stat is just way up as well.
Yeah, we've seen some great defenses.
There's a lot of teams that are just, I mean, nobody is really out of it at this point. They always say like if you go, 1-3, you have this % chance of making the playoffs, that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's going to necessarily be true this year because of how tight the pack is not right now in week 7 still.
Yeah.
I'm putting the fork in the Raiders still.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
I had the fork in him at the beginning of the season. I ain't taking it out now.
I don't want to. I don't want to spoil a pick for later.
Oh. Okay, so
ooh, intrigued.
Cliffhanger. Hey. Here, let's live score update. If you're wondering, the Saints are up 14-6.
Yeah. Looks like the Saints are about to get the ball back too. So
it's not looking good.
This is now the boys play-by-play and color commentating.
Yeah, welcome. Looks like they might have touched Kyler too hard, so it might be roughing.
We got a holding on the defense.
Yep. Ooh.
Should we say what our picks were for that game?
Oh yeah. We all took the Cardinals. The Cardinals just got a first down though. They're approaching the red zone at like the 25-yard line. I think they'll be at. So they're down 14-6.
I don't know, Jim. I don't think you can tackle the receiver and not get a flag.
Yeah, that was rough.
Roughing the passer.
6.5 minutes to go in the second.
All right, Cardinals have the ball.
You know what? We haven't talked about the absolute, as I think Jimmy put it earlier, sports equinox.
Oh yeah, you're right. All 4 major sports are playing today.
What a beautiful thing, even though baseball sucks.
So we got the Yankees and the Astros playing right now, and live update that scores 3-2 Astros. I don't know the hockey games that are on. Obviously, we have this game on, and the NBA season started a couple days ago.
The Nuggets are playing right now. I'm just not sure of the score. So shame on me.
Well, so the Mavericks are officially the worst team in the NBA. They lost to the Suns, who lost to the 39ers. So, like, what are we doing?
I got nothing.
Like, how do you explain that, Luka? What happened?
I mean,
Luka, what happened?
Whatever that team is, NBA champions. Let's go.
Let's get the 39ers in the, or 36ers?
Couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
Let's
It
get
was
the 30,
the
whatever.
30 somethings.
30 something. Well, next year we're all going to be 30 somethings.
Facts.
Something to think about.
True.
So let's get the 30 somethings in the NBA and pull out the Mavericks because the Suns have redeemed themselves. They now beat an NBA team.
It's a long season. They're bound to beat at least somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Nuggets couldn't play the music. They lost to the Jazz.
Every time or every now and again, a blind squirrel finds a nut. So
It also could find a truck.
facts.
So could
We've all-
sightseen, bro.
We've all been there. Actually, I could probably a funny story. One of the first times I ever went on a date with my wife, I was driving her home, and there was a bunny in the road, and this bunny was kamikaze, like literally ran straight for the tire. She'll tell you a different story, but he ran straight at the tire. Just he didn't want it anymore. He was just tired of living that life, apparently.
He was driving nuts.
Oh, what's the story your wife's saying? Were you like 10 points?
She swears I swerved at it, but I know for a fact I did not.
Oh, look. Sorry, Bugs.
I didn't swerve out of the way though, because I'm not going to risk damage to my car and myself.
That's
But
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I didn't swerve for it either. She's sitting next to me. She's telling me I'm wrong.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Just a random note: the Penguins are absolutely destroying the Kings 6-0.
Really?
That's more goals than the baseball game has runs right now.
Yeah.
Talk about your equinox.
That's like the same amount of passing touchdowns the Broncos have this year.
Probably more.
I think it might be actually 6. It might be 5 though.
I mean, let's be real honest. Do we even have that many touchdowns?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Do we?
So,
I think so. I can't say for 100% fact though, but I'm pretty
that
sure
Melvin Gordon has that many fumbles.
he almost
He has
has.
that many drops.
The Broncos have a lot of drops.
Dude,
Broncos
so
Country,
many.
we tried.
I don't
We
know.
tried.
I'm actually like pretty excited for the tight end though.
Oh,
Really?
dude, Dolchik is
That-
a very beautiful, beautiful man.
Those locks of hair, that mustache.
It's just he's perfect in every single way. Like I don't know what else to say.
I'm envious of that hair. That's all I know.
I'm envious of him.
Joe, you don't have hair?
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
What's wrong, Jimothy? You don't have hair either?
It's still there, just
James,
not
pull
where-
off your hat. Let's see what you're
not
rocking
where
right
it
now.
used to be.
Not beautiful. Not beautiful. That's why I'm wearing the hat.
Like you said, 30 somethings.
It's moving on. I'm getting the LeBron effect right now. It'll come back eventually.
Did you guys see that picture that he posted, like 2 decades difference or whatever?
I feel like I have, but
Where he's wearing like the same type of outfit. He's got the same color sweats on. It's just he's got a Lakers shirt on instead of a Cavs shirt, and he's holding a PS4 instead of a PS2. And it's
Why
just
does
like,
he have a PS5 though?
or yeah,
That's-
PS5, whatever, same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, what kind of flex is that? Look, I'm LeBron James. I got a PS4. Bro, we're almost on the PS6.
I don't know, same thing to me.
So since Jimothy doesn't like baseball, baseball sucks, and Joe's going to retire from baseball because his hero's retired. I just wanted to say I jinxed the Dodgers, and I'm proud of it.
Dude, I bet a good amount of money on the Padres, and I'm happy for it.
You know, the world. A lot of people say the world wins when the Dodgers lose. So I think you did the world a favor. Most people, at least.
The Yankees were close to losing too, so I was thinking like, you know what, I picked the Yankees and the Dodgers, so they might choke before they get to choke, you know.
I'd love
And
it
then they
so
ended up
much.
winning. That would have been great. That would have been good. We would have started the show if the Yankees would have lost, but they're losing now, and they're already down 1-0 in the championship series.
Are they?
Well, since you've been on a jinx roll, I hope that helps with picks later.
Me too. Um, so anything else? Oop, Cardinals just scored. Got a 14-12. Will they go for two? Analytics says no. Kick the extra point. Go within one. Um,
It's too early to start going for two.
it's Cliff Kingsbury. He's probably going to go for two.
If you go for two now and you don't get it, you definitely have to go for two later.
Yeah, you're chasing points. That's why I don't like analytics. Analytics is stupid. So,
but I mean, it's
podcasting.
Whatever.
Oh, they're going for two. Look at that. Cliff Kingsbury doesn't fail me.
Let's see what they're gonna do real quick.
You're gonna get D Hop on a fade. I'm calling it.
Got Rondell Moore in motion. D Hop solo left side. What's he gonna do? Throws it D Hop's way. Oh, that's a pass. I didn't see the whole. Oh, there's the flag. He had him.
Cliff Kingsbury is going to join the pod. He's going to take over for me. I'm going to go coach the Cardinals.
What do you guys think about Tua coming back?
I'm happy for him, but I'm also scared for him.
I'm worried it's too soon.
I am terrified for him, man. Because, I mean, even if you passed, I think we talked about this last time. Even if you passed that test, you're still concussed. Like whether or not you pass that test, like dude, you straight up, your body locked up on the field. Like there's no way that you don't have lingering symptoms right now. And even if you don't, like, I just don't see the point of coming back this soon.
Read option, touch 2 point.
They just brought everyone in. They got a wing back formation. Wishbone, they got it. Oh no, he stopped. I don't know. They said he got it.
They said he got it.
They said he got it.
He stretched. That was weird.
That was a weird. It looked initially like he had it wide open, but he stopped and tried to cut it up. He should have just. It looked. I feel like he should have just kept going outside.
Oh yeah, he got
it. Yeah, he's in. All right, 14-14 halftime looks like, or it's going to be halftime, or is it halftime? 2.5 minutes to go to halftime.
What was Tua's line today or yesterday about him like blacking out too? Or whatever in the Bengals game?
I didn't hear that, but he's still like very firm that it was that in the Bills game it was a back and an ankle injury.
There's no way.
But
he said he lost consciousness after being hit.
And like since everything happened, that team doctor or whatever, he was like the first of his position in the NFL. I forget exactly what they called it, but he was fired like a couple days later. So I mean, it's very clear that something was going on. I feel like, if anything, like the NFLPA or like someone should step in to try to protect this fucking kid from himself.
Yeah,
you know. Hey, I don't know, man. We're on YouTube now.
Oh, it's a quarter, bro.
All right, that's fair, but I don't like. That's fair, but since we are doing this live on YouTube, like I feel way more comfortable about letting loose a little bit.
Well,
not gonna lie.
People watching this, prepare to get a jersey. He's gonna pay for it over there
somewhere. Yeah, I did it right the first time. Look at me.
Eventually, like when we get this hand out, we're gonna be like popping quarters on the screen. Bing, 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 bing.
This is a pretty cool setup. What do you guys think about it? I know this is kind of weird time to do this right in the middle of the show, but whatever. It's our first one. I think this is pretty legit setup.
I fucking love this shit.
Now we have to have the quarters on us. So I have to pre-plan like.
I got the quarters. I don't know where they went.
I got 5 on this show. I can't go any more than 5. I got nothing else on me.
That's when you pull out your phone and like double tap.
I'll write you a check.
You take credit? Are they
Yes.
reviewing it? Oh, they're reviewing it. They're reviewing it. Let's see. Does he lose the
I don't.
ball? That's a good question.
I didn't really see it
Oh,
at all. I didn't see when it came out of his hands. Let's see.
I don't know.
He's across.
Angle, but
He's
that
across.
angle looks wrong. Look, watch it hit the knee. Watch it hit the knee. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's in. He's in. That's in. He does drop
Yeah,
it, but he's in.
even if like, I mean, even if he's not, there's not enough. I think he's in though. I think the nose just crosses before he hits his knee.
For everyone who has listened to the pod prior, just on Spotify before YouTube, this is the part that gets cut out 90% of the.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Coach James and referee Jimothy, we got the call right. Just saying.
That's a lot more than what happened in the Monday Night Football game, Chargers Broncos. Both
And I'm
sides,
just a fan.
not even trying to make excuse for the Broncos. Both sides got horrific calls against them and missed calls.
Yeah.
And the one at the end, the punt, was not a missed call. People stop saying it. That is the correct call.
Can't you show that clip? Can you show that clip?
I don't think you can.
No, I don't know if legally I can.
No, I don't think you can. I think it'll get flagged.
Yeah, I don't think legally I can because we don't have permission.
Technically, if we play it without sound and just talk about it, then we're making it our own. Just throwing that out there.
I gotta figure out which.
I think the NFL retains rights to all NFL content. But
we'll get to that another time.
Yeah.
Another podcast.
But
we'll look into it. We'll see what we can and can't do. I think it's the other way around. I think we could play the audio.
the rules on the fair catch are very gray. I wouldn't call it a penalty, but I could see how somebody would.
No, that's a smart play. A smart play by the Chargers.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like I really like what Washington said, that he needed to be louder. Like that was the most accountability I've heard from anybody on the team.
PJ Locke should have been nowhere near him. I mean, I used to. I mean, even back in high school, I was a long snapper, and we were taught if they call a fair catch and there's someone near them, go up to them, and if they try to engage with you, you dump them right onto the returner.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the way you're taught to do it.
I was the gunner, but they couldn't catch me. They couldn't.
Right. I mean, so even better than I. You were more likely to be in that situation. You know.
I had one guy not call a fair catch because he thought he was going to break the tackle. He didn't.
That was a mistake.
Like
at
literally,
he knew he fucked up.
Quarter. We're up to $1, guys. We're up to $1.
I'm over it.
But that's a pretty gray area. The penalty that I have the most issue with is the roughing passer penalty that they called on Chubb.
Yes.
Like he was going to swat the ball while he was passing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
any roughing the passer penalty right now is just absolutely, I don't even know.
That last PJ or that last Damari Mathis pass interference call, the last one he got. I mean, I don't think that was pass interference. He had his hand on his back, sure, but he wasn't pushing. He wasn't doing anything like that. I thought it was a clean play, but you have two already in the first half. You got a target on your back now.
Yeah. I also think they missed one that he did. I think it would have been his second one. So I think they missed one that he did, and he got that one. Like, penalties are so freaking weird, man, this year.
We could legitimately do 4 different podcasts on missed calls by the refs, and that's it.
Yeah.
But since we talked about Tua coming back, another quarterback's coming back, and I'm actually glad.
Oh man, wait, for real?
Cooper Rush mania was good stuff.
I gotta change my pick.
But Dak's the guy.
I need to change one of my picks now.
The fact that people legitimately thought Cooper Rush was the reason why the Cowboys were winning that game. No, he's the reason why they weren't losing it.
Yeah. Do you
And
feel
then
the
they
same way about that? Was it Bailey Zappi? Is that how you pronounce it, Zappi?
oh yes,
Do you
but
feel the
no,
same
because
way?
Mac Jones hasn't done anything to, you know, wow.
I think Zappy also has better arm talent than Cooper Rush, but
Dude, Zappi threw like 61 touchdowns in his last year in college.
yeah.
Yeah. But if
Like,
Zappy wins 6 games, they're not taking him out for Mac Jones.
um, see, I don't know what to think really about it because yeah, Mac Jones hasn't done anything to really say like he's X amount better than what Zappi is. But I almost feel like a lot of it too is there's just a pick six in the game. Um, I think a lot of it is that like they're figuring out how to call plays out there. They're
Let's go,
figuring
boys.
out who's
The tournament
calling
is
plays,
coming
the
out.
style they're calling. I really feel like everything's starting to really come together for them as a team. So I don't know if it's a coincidence that Zappy happens to be there and he's a competent quarterback. There's no doubt in my mind that dude can play in the NFL, like
Mhm.
hands down, 100%. He's an NFL caliber quarterback, but I don't know if it's Bill Belichick and his system really coming together with all these new pieces, or like I said, or if Zappy just happens to be in the right place at the right time, or if it's Zappy that's really pushing him over the top. Yeah, I don't really know at this point. I can't tell.
I think the biggest thing is that they aren't running a committee right now with Zappy, like
Mhm.
at QB. Like it is Stevenson's job right
Right.
now.
Missed
And
extra point.
I
Sorry.
think having a lead back, a focal point of your offense, like defense is starting to, key in on Stevenson, and it's allowing them to get a bit more throwing out there. Like if you're just alternating running backs going out there, how often are you actually going to flood the box? Like they don't trust their own running backs enough to keep the same one in the game. Why are you going to think it? You have to stack the box for it. You know, I think Mac is a suitable quarterback for many systems. I think he's actually going to be way better with a lead back. Uh, I don't know that you can take Zappy out with how he's passing though.
Yeah,
Because
I
he had
mean
what
that's going to be
330.
a tough
Yeah,
decision. It's going to
no,
be a
if
tough
he's
decision when it
winning,
comes time.
there's no reason to put Mac Jones in. Mac Jones is not established like Dak was. Like there's no comparison.
But is he in a way though because he was a first round draft pick? I mean, you
Oh, eventually that
invested
makes him
a lot
trade.
into it.
Was Paxton over Simeon?
They tried to. They tried really hard. But no, at the end of the day it wasn't. But Paxton also got hurt and then he got
Mm-hmm.
when he got hurt he was crying on the sideline and I think that's what the nail that really put it in for him as far as with John Elway goes.
Yeah.
They really did try though. I mean, every opportunity he could have been given that year he was given.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same
Oh, you
time,
just like told me. Sorry, go
not,
ahead. Finish your thought.
no, go ahead. I
No,
don't even. I already lost it. It's already gone.
my bad. When you were talking about John Elway and Paxton Lynch, I figured it out. Russ can't be the Broncos quarterback. He's not 6'5". He can't
That
do
was
it.
the problem. That's the only guy John Elway went after, except when he should have,
No,
and we took Bradley
what it is.
Chubb. And I'm
If
not
John Elway's
saying,
not making the decisions, so they got a short quarterback, so maybe Elway was right.
but I just want to clarify because that thought came out. I'm not saying Chubb was a bad draft pick. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying there was a better option for what we needed at the time, but the 6'5" big arm quarterback scared him away because he just failed at that 2 years earlier. And I'm referring to Josh Allen. But that also brings up another point. Would Josh Allen even be who he is today if he would have been drafted by the Broncos?
No,
Mm-mm.
it was the coaching staff
So
that progressed him.
yeah,
Uh,
because I mean, his first year, I think a lot of people really forget, at least a lot of the younger sports audience, his first year, he was looking, I mean, people were ready to call him a bust after his first season, you know, and they happened to bring in a new coaching staff. I think it was his second season. And you saw, and that was Sean McDermott's first season, I believe. You saw a little bit of progress. And then that second to third year is when you saw that huge leap into almost what he is today, because we saw another leap from last year to this year as well.
Also, think about it, what a crazy world we could be in if Jerry Jones was a little bit sneakier with his words and didn't make it known he wanted Paxton Lynch. So then the Broncos didn't have to trade up in front of the Cowboys to get Paxton Lynch. The Cowboys would have had Paxton Lynch. Then maybe we draft Dak Prescott.
Chestnut checkers.
It's just crazy, like, when you really like think about it like that and play it out, how close, like, just different things could have happened.
He wanted
it really makes you think about Marvel and the multiverse.
He wanted Johnny Manziel over Zach Martin.
There's somewhere in the multiverse where Dak is hurt with the Broncos right now.
Another pick six?
Yeah. Damn.
Oh.
Wow. That
remember when we said it was
quickly.
14-14 at half?
Yeah, it's now about to be 27-14 if they can actually make an extra point this time.
Nah, analytics says go for two. They're going to go for two. But
man, that is insane. How literally just a couple minutes ago we were saying it was going to be a tie game at halftime.
It literally hasn't been 2 minutes of gameplay. There's still 46 seconds.
Wow,
that's crazy.
To be a Saints fan right now. I mean, I can't say much. This hasn't happened to us though. That's all that's the only thing I could say. But
you better knock on wood, my guy.
We've seen. I've always knock on wood. I've always got wood. We've seen I've seen a lot of miserable football, especially this year. But so I'm not talking trash, Saints fan. If you're listening, I'm just saying, like, that's got to be rough to see what just happened to you in a minute and a half.
It was the Broncos versus the Colts. We've lived it.
I'm also not going to say
I was there.
But
I was at that game.
Yeah, you were there. So, yeah, you do know the last minute and a half.
Point to Ertz. 2 point to Ertz. Now, I didn't manifest that. I didn't say that out loud, but I was thinking he's going to Ertz. I don't know. I can't prove
that.
Does
Trevor Siemian still play for the Saints? Who does he play for now?
Where is Simeon at? I don't know where Simeon's at.
Let's see. Oh, he's on the Bears.
Bears?
I think he's on the Bears. Hold on. 1 second.
Oh, this is great podcast. Since we talked about Josh Allen, he's MVP, right now?
I would say so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's his year. Like, you know how they get it in their heads,
Bears.
like it's their year. I think it's his year unless somebody does something outstanding.
Okay, who's the O-Poi right now? We're third of the way through. Who's the O-Poi?
Saquon Barkley.
I like Saquon as O-Poi, but I think Saquon's going to get comeback.
With
Chubb.
Because you're probably not going to get both. You know, they'll probably give you. Yeah, so I like that comeback player for him. And yeah, I like Chubb at Offensive Player of the Year.
Part of me thinks maybe Eckler for offense for O-Poi.
Maybe.
He's got like a 30% target share, like, as a running back.
I wonder what Cooper Kupp's target share is.
70.
Got to be like 80%.
No, it's still around 30. Like 34 is the highest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've only seen a game from the Rams this year, I think, but it felt like he got every single throw.
Yeah.
Well, he
is absolutely like in the top 10.
Right.
But I don't even know if he's number one. I think JJ might be number one.
Another Offensive Player of the Year candidate?
Yeah. I could see it. Diggs is doing outstanding. You give it to the wide receiver for the quarterback to get MVP, you know.
Yeah.
Who's
the decoy?
I mean, it's
PS2.
Parsons.
What did you say?
I said PS2. No, I mean, I feel like it's. I don't know this off the top of my head, but I feel like a cornerback rarely wins an award like that.
Gilmore was the last.
You have to be absolutely
like above it, like just craziness. I don't know. I just
you got to have the lockdown, the picks,
the edge rusher is always gonna have the edge, if you will.
I mean, you also like it has to be a down year for everybody else because like Champ Bailey had the 06 season, but like Ray Lewis and them existed, you know. Like you need a down year for everybody else in order for a corner to get it.
Honestly, though, if you're throwing Micah Parsons in there, just in conversation, I think Micah Parsons would win it over this person right now. Bradley Chubb's right there statistically.
Yeah, but Micah's like, I don't know. Micah's
like I said, if I were voting right now, Micah gets my vote. I'm saying that he should be in that conversation, though, as far as has had an outstanding season so far.
We gotta make that petition. Get Jimothy a vote. I keep pointing the wrong way. Get Jimothy a vote.
Damn it!
I don't know. I think it's Parsons and it's basically hands down. I think he's the guy in line like Josh Allen is. Like somebody has to absolutely go off in order for them to take it away from him.
Do you think they should do some sort of cornerback award as far as something, as some sort of recognition like that?
I mean, don't they have like a corner of the year type deal as well?
Probably.
Like a defensive back of the year.
It's just
not anything big. Nothing that I don't want to say it's not big. It's not talked about.
Yeah.
It's more like they get like a little like plaque.
But I have heard multiple people on. I've heard multiple like people that cover the NFL, not on Broncos stuff, say that PS2 is the best corner in the league this year.
He's rated highest by PFF right now.
Yeah, you can't listen to him. He's biased. He works for PFF.
I don't do that stuff though.
But
you're in the system. It's the same.
Yeah. Fair. Oh, look, we got 2 comments.
I think one of them was comments.
On. It's new dating for all tastes and ages. Heart.
Ooh.
Links.
I'm the only single one here.
They go in our comments. They got you.
Okay.
But one of them I think was on the Fantasy Focus podcast. They were talking about PS2 on there. That like, I think they were talking about like Mike Williams, how they had like hosts for him, and then they were just like he went up against PS2. Yeah, best corner in the league.
What 2 catches, 17 yards,
something like that.
I'm questioning your YouTube, Jimothy. We're on your YouTube, and those are your comments, man. I'm questioning what you look up. What you watching? What you be watching?
What am I gonna watch on YouTube?
I don't know.
Markiplier. I love Markiplier.
The B.O.I.S podcast. Hey.
Late night. Some places.
Adult Swim.
I don't think we're eligible here in Colorado yet for Adult Swim. It's not even 8 o'clock.
Well,
oh Jesus.
Well, nobody likes to show off. It's almost 10 here.
Coach of the year has to be Sirianni, though, right?
Sirianni or Dable?
I think Dable.
I give it to Dable. He's undefeated.
I guess maybe it depends on how long that keeps going on for, but I just think that how big of a turnaround. I mean, Sirianni, I think Dable only really sticks out more because of that recency bias thing. How we just saw the Giants so far have a complete turnaround in the organization where, over 2 seasons, the Eagles have just progressively gotten exponentially better.
Dable's doing something that I wish Shaq would do. But I feel like
I wish someone would have
Sirianni
had
has
an
to be.
opportunity at Daboll other than the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I think it has to be Sirianni is people were going for his head, going for his job last year, you know? And now he's the remaining undefeated.
Well, Cooper Rush had to lose at some point.
Rip hasn't.
It's because he doesn't play.
Rip's a dog.
Rip's
Russ
still
is-
undefeated. He's got that over Cooper Rush.
Is Rip undefeated though?
He is. He started once. It's 1-0
Yeah, but
against the Jets.
Let's go. That's all that matters.
Rush has the longevity.
My quarterback.
What was I going to say? I don't remember. Offensive rookie has to be Brees, right?
Him or Olave.
Yeah, Olave's having a crazy season so
But
far.
Olave's hurt.
I mean, I would. Is Olave actually having a crazy season, or is he just kind of just leading receivers?
Rookie receiver.
Rookie receivers. Yeah, sorry.
Well, he's got the highest depth of target in the league. He's got, I think, like one of the fastest 3 steps into a route times. He's quick. He's absolutely good. And if Jameis is there, he's going to get the yards because Jameis loves to take the deep shots, you know?
Right.
Well, I also think it's Brees because I think Olave is banged up. I don't even think he's playing in this game right here.
Yeah. Well, I think Brees is going to have a tear the rest of the season, so I think it just has to be him.
If he's not playing in this game here, I definitely forgot to take him out of one of my fantasy lineups. That's cool. Don't know which league it is, but someone's getting a dub.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting dubs, I just got a dub against Joe in one of the leagues.
You did.
16-man, 14-man league, smaller league. I don't know. And it's okay. It's okay.
And defensive rookie, what do you guys say?
I made last week. I did the Jags rookie linebacker.
What's his name?
I'm drawing a blank on it right now. But
I was just gonna, because the guy, I think it's Wooten or whatever, Wooten, the Seahawks corner.
oh yeah, he's been doing work. Actually, there's been a lot of defensive rookies. I could see it be anybody. Honestly, it's wide open because Sauce has even been balling too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been like scoring's down and everything, but like I think it's been a really fun season. But I was always a defense guy, so. Which is why I really hate the roughing the passer penalties.
Yeah, it's making it tough.
It's so inconsistent too. It's not even like they're just stupid calls that we just don't agree with. Like anything at this point can be roughing the passer. Like we've seen just the littlest things be roughing the passer, and it's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
When are the refs? Should the refs start being fined for their big mistakes like that?
Yes.
I mean, how much can you fine them because they're not really getting paid a ton of money?
I mean, maybe just held accountable in some way. Maybe not necessarily being fined, but
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know they get like graded at the end of every season and all that kind of stuff, but
suspend them. But since we talked about Coach of the Year, I think the top 3 candidates for Coach of the Year are all NFC East. I made a video about it. I don't know if you guys saw it. So Sirianni is number 1, only because he's unbeaten. Then it's Daboll, and then as much as I hate it, Mike McCarthy's going to get credit for what the Cowboys have done this year.
I'd give it to the head coach of the Vikings.
Can you just give it to Dan Quinn, an offensive or a defensive coordinator?
I mean, technically, it said just as coach. It say like,
I think it should go to Dan Quinn if it's going to be anyone from the Cowboys.
Absolutely. But I would put the rookie head coach of the Vikings above
Kevin O'Connell, I believe his name is.
Yeah, that's his name.
Mhm.
I'd put him above McCarthy for sure because he's done some really cool things up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like lose to the Eagles. McCarthy just did that.
That's his only loss.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
It was in prime time too.
Yeah, it was Kirk. You can't blame it on anybody.
Yeah.
It's Kirk.
It's the
Not-
football god's fault at that point.
Speaking of the NFC North, just in general, the Cowboys' next 4 games are Lions, Bears, bye week, Packers, Vikings. The entire NFC North with the bye squeezed in the middle.
You're going to lose 3 of those. No,
Are
I'm
you
just kidding.
including you're going to lose the bye week?
No, they're gonna lose to the Lions, man.
You're going to lose to the Lions and the Vikings.
No comment.
I do see the Vikings.
I picked the Cowboys this week. I didn't pick the Lions. I think they will lose to the Vikings, though.
We'll see.
We'll see.
The prime time game.
We'll see what.
I don't know.
think
The
so.
Vikings. So
And who
can we
knows?
be
maybe
like
that's
real
the
honest,
play.
real quick? Like I live in Vikings country, and it's crazy, but the Vikings look so much better with Cook taking a limited role. Like he's getting the same amount of yards on just limited usage, and it's like the Vikings look scary, and I'm not sure I can handle all the Vikings smack talk, especially with how the Broncos are doing. I'm not sure I can handle it.
What are you gonna do, Joe?
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep every night.
Well, I'll cry with you.
No, but truthfully, I love seeing it because like I got friends that are Vikings fans, I got family that are Vikings fans, and they're fun to watch right now. So,
Yeah,
but
they are.
I think as soon as Cook started taking a more limited role, they just started popping off even more. You know,
Yeah.
your pick of them winning the North might come true.
I know. Got everything else
Yeah.
wrong, but that's the one I got right.
The one he can hold on to. I'm still holding on to the Cowboys winning the East. I'm not relinquishing that.
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure I picked them to win the East too. I just picked the Eagles to also make the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm not relinquishing it. Not yet.
Are you relinquishing the Eagles make the playoffs? Because you said they wouldn't make the playoffs.
If Dallas won the division.
You're saying you're not relinquishing that Dallas wins the division.
Yeah, so if Dallas wins the division, then the Eagles aren't making the playoffs.
Okay. Don't the Eagles have like the easiest strength schedule left?
Yeah. Cupcake schedule.
They have the easiest left.
Oh, first round exit.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure you were told that in our live that we did on TikTok, and you said that at least means we made it to the playoffs.
Well, no, yeah, because not a lot of people said how was it? So I mean,
all 3 of us did.
Yeah, but I mean, we're just 3 people out of like.
We're just the boys, okay?
We're the boys.
Should we let our future audience that may watch this know, or that's currently watching this, if you're watching, what the BOIS actually stands for? Should we let them try to figure it out?
I've said it multiple times, but yeah, sure.
Have you said it multiple times tonight?
Not tonight, but like, but we could also say that we do have the BOIS YouTube channel, which is this will be the only one not on there.
The BOIS, it'll be on there. I'll make sure it goes on there.
Well, I mean, this would be the only one that's not on there right away, I guess.
Right, yeah. We'll see how easy or hard it is. We'll see. See how much work I want to put into it.
Like the eyebrow raise.
Oh man, who do you guys got for the Cowboys staying on the NFC East? Cowboys Lions.
I gotta go with the Cowboys. I got I got Dak as my fantasy quarterback. I need him to pop off.
I need Dak to pop off to silence the Cooper Rush fanatics, which don't get me wrong, I love Cooper Rush, what he was able to do for Dallas. But Dak's better. He's clearly better. Dak with a broken hand was probably better, but we were smart and rested him. And if good thing Cooper was able to win 4 games.
So now you're going to give kudos to Mike McCarthy for sitting and resting him?
No. Mike McCarthy. But no, Cooper winning let Dak rest longer.
Yeah.
They didn't have a reason to take him out. That's why I wanted to beat the Eagles, but I'm also kind of glad that he did actually lose, just to calm it all down. Because I don't know if you guys noticed this. As soon as Cooper Rush lost, everyone was like, "Oh, we need Dak. Cooper Rush is trash." Like Cooper started that game rough, and he settled down, and the game was a 9-point game with 3 interceptions. Like that's a better loss than the Broncos have had to win this to beat a dead horse.
I hate you. I dislike you.
Rude.
Just disrespectful.
Come on, the Oklahoma Sooners were more competitive against the Longhorns than the Broncos have been this year, and the Sooners didn't score. I'm pouring salt in both wounds for Joe.
Well, with that all being said,
it's all good because I'm going to have the only team of mine that actually won a championship this year. So we're good.
The only team of yours to win a championship this year.
Between me and you, I'm the only person who had one of my favorite teams win a championship this year.
Hockey was last year. Get over it.
Don't win it again.
This calendar year.
New season.
Don't win it again.
Well, before we start talking hockey, apparently.
Let's finish our picks. Who are you picking for the Detroit Cowboys?
I got the Cowboys as well.
Sorry, besties.
It's the Cowboys. Like, that defense is too good. Lions, hopefully they keep it close though and make it a really entertaining game.
No, I need that.
I think Monroe's going to be back out there, so
I hope it's like 51 to 47.
I hope it's like 51 to 3.
All right, so how about the Broncos Jets? Who are you guys feeling?
Jets.
Jets. Suck.
Did you spell the Broncos?
Huh?
Did you spell the Broncos?
Did I spell the Broncos?
You spell the Broncos. You said suck.
No, you spelled Jets.
Prior to the Broncos game last week, I said if they were playing anybody else, I'd probably go against the Broncos. So sticking with it, I'm going against the Broncos. Got the Jets in this game.
Well, I'm not picking against the Broncos.
You're a better fan than me.
Not going to start this week. But that doesn't tell the story of how I feel about him right now. I just refuse to pick against him because I don't know. I just won't do it.
I don't know that we have anybody that can cover Brees coming out of the backfield.
Dude, Alex Singleton had the 4th most combined tackles in NFL history last week.
He had the 2nd most solo tackles in NFL history.
Exactly. Proved my point even more. I was getting there.
I mean, Eckler still
the run
really
game
well.
The run game has been a problem for the Broncos defense. And
but did they win? He had a lot of tackles, but did they win? Micah had like 2 tackles.
And you're calling him a defensive player of the year?
Yes, absolutely.
But did they win?
No, and I'm not boasting them either.
We'll see. I just refuse to pick against the Broncos. I know it's gonna be a very close game. and hopefully the Broncos defense can overcome, and hopefully Russ can start moving the ball, or Brett Rippon if he happens to play.
I also want to say the last time I took this philosophy, the Broncos did make the playoffs, where I started just taking the team that the Broncos were playing against. It was the Tim Tebow year, and I was on a radio show at college, and I was like, I hate the way this team is playing. I'm picking against them every week. They made the playoffs, and they won a playoff game even.
The greatest
I'm
pass
picking against the Broncos.
Greatest pass in history.
The winning quarterback.
No, it's a 500 quarterback. He went 9-9 that season.
No, in the regular season.
He went 8-8 in the regular season. He won one playoff game, lost the next playoff game. 9-9.
Didn't he play a game that
Orton started?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, still the record. I don't know.
Tebow was like 6-2 that year or something like that. Something crazy.
I don't know. All I know is they went 9-9.
I think it's like 7-4 is his official record in the NFL as a starting quarterback.
I'm gonna need Russell Wilson to start getting on his knees and praying for the games.
Yeah, we'll call it washing.
And that's Olave, right? Isn't Olave number 12?
Isn't he 13? No.
That's Thomas. Yeah, that is Olave. Thomas.
Yeah, Olave's playing. So, let's go, my fantasy team. Let's go, baby.
He's so little.
He is.
Hey.
All right,
let's not go there. Let's not body shame here, Jimmy.
He's a little.
Is he also your size? Like, is he also your height?
He's probably bigger.
You call him little.
I'm gonna look him up right now.
But he's not my size. I guarantee you, I got 40 pounds on him.
Oh yeah, probably.
Let's give it to Kamara. I got Kamara. So, give it. Come on, Kamara. Get Kamara out of there. He can't even break a tackle.
Oh, speaking of Kamara, did you guys see his
that allegation thing over?
Yeah. Where they're like going for like what, $5 million?
Yo.
Yeah.
Olave is 6'1".
He's my height.
Yeah, he's my height as well. I'm 6'1". He's 6'1", 189.
Was huge.
6'1", 189.
Oh.
Is what he's listed at on ESPN.
Yeah, you can't put that. I was 6 foot all through high school on those sheets. 6 foot 200. I wasn't even Bucky. Look at Kyler Murray. I bet it says he's 6 foot 2.
Yeah, I was listed at 6'2" on the official college football roster.
Yeah, they lie, man.
My high school basketball one, I was listed at 5'10". They made me shorter.
Dude, that like 4 years ago, I had to get a DOT physical, and they tried to tell me I was 5'9". I was like, bro, you better do your math again.
No, I was telling Joe I grew 3 inches because I cracked my back at work. I had was able to roll back on a little round seat, and it just everything cracked. I swear I grew 3 inches. I feel taller.
Great. Cool. Now we're all 6'1".
Let's go. So we got Cowboys across the boards. Then we got
two Jets.
Bias guy, and then Jets.
That is fair. I'm go straight homer. I don't care. It is what it is.
So I'm just gonna
ride and die, baby.
I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, my favorite and my upset are both on prime time. So that gives it away, obviously. Or maybe does it? I'm taking the Patriots as my favorite.
Okay.
Monday night.
I don't know who the Patriots got, but I love it.
They play the Bears. They play the Bears.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I now remember that one. I don't even remember who my favorites picked playing. I got the Bills as my favorite. Or not the Bills, the Bengals. Bengals is my favorite. Bills are on
Bengals are playing Atlanta, I believe.
I almost picked Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah, I got the Bengals.
Well, my favorite is the Buccaneers over the Panthers.
Swear if they lose twice in a row to bad teams.
For the Bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't Donald going to play?
probably.
Um,
Donald or PJ Locke. Either way, they're losing to the Bucks.
Dude, before we do our upsets, we got to talk about the Panthers. Looks like everyone's for sale.
are
Right.
they though?
Christian McCaffrey is at least, he's out there.
Allegedly.
I mean, the Bills are like on the favorites to get Christian McCaffrey.
Bills and Chiefs and Niners, I think, are the top three.
I saw Bills, or no, number one favorite was Panthers to keep him. Bills was number two, and then it was the Broncos, which was dumb. We're not buyers, but it was the Broncos were three because he's a Colorado kid.
And his daddy.
Yeah.
Um,
Wasn't Ed number 10?
He
No,
was number
Ed was
87.
87.
Who the heck am I? I'm trying to think of who number 10 is other than Jimmy.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders, yeah.
I don't think he remembers his time with the Broncos because he got lit up.
The way I see the CMC stuff, I see a lot of people out there saying it's going to be like 2 firsts or a first and a second or stuff like that.
It's going to be like a second and a third.
What's that?
It's going to be like a second and a third.
See, and I think that's probably going to be the case, but I think that's going to be someone even reaching for it because it's going to be because of a bidding war. Because he's got $20 million contract that they have to keep up with. And what we've seen, especially recently, is guys with big contracts, they usually are only pulling like a third and a fourth, maybe a second, maybe, But I think if it comes down to, say, Bills, Chiefs, I mean, those two teams, they can give up. They're at the point right now where they can give up whatever. They could throw a first out there if they really just feel like they have to have them.
Yeah,
I also saw a thing that the higher you pay type deal, the higher draft capital and everything, the more the Panthers will pay of the contract.
Right.
Or I think it's only $12 million this year.
I could even see a situation where if they let, say, Christian McCaffrey choose where he goes, that maybe he does a sign and trade type of thing where they restructure for the trade to happen to get a higher draft pick.
It could be.
Who knows?
They're in win now.
Yeah,
they're not doing it for the future. They're doing it for this year and the next.
No, because I mean he's 26 years old. We all heard the stat line about people. I forget if it's 26 or 27. Either way, I mean he's right there.
He's north of 25.
Most running backs fall off the cliff at that point. It's not to say he will or he won't, but most do.
Yeah. I also saw a rumor, DJ Moore to the Cowboys.
DJ Moore, I have such high hopes for DJ Moore. He's so talented. He's getting wasted.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't mind if he was CD, DJ, and Gallup. I like that.
I'm trying to hold this now.
That'd be a tough one. Be a tough one because I think him and CD are like equally talented. I think DJ is supremely talented. He's just on a garbage ass throwing offense.
You get Gallup back in as the number 3, and then you have CD and DJ.
I mean, run DJ in the slot, or CD does pretty good stuff from the slot too, I guess. But
you can't lose if you're the Cowboys and you get him. You're not going to lose,
I feel like that's good.
I mean, honestly, we said the Bills getting C-Mac. I think the Chiefs should be all in on DJ.
On DJ, yeah.
I think the Chiefs should be all in on DJ.
Well, they just restructured Travis Kelce's contract again. Yeah. And opened up like almost $4 million worth of cap space. So it was like 3.8 or something like that.
Chiefs could go going for McCaffrey too, though.
Well,
They could be doing it for anyone. They could be doing it for OBJ. I mean,
yeah.
OBJ's still out there as well, and from everything I hear, is he's just about ready to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
if not already.
Didn't me and you talk about that, James, about him promising Vaughn to go to the Bills or whatever?
Yeah, there's some reports that he talked to Vaughn about joining. I've also heard.
I guess he went on like a tour recently where he went to like 5 different teams essentially and went and hung out with the team and almost went on like recruiting visits.
Yeah,
I would take OBJ to the Cowboys just to throw salt in the wound.
yeah.
I think he's going to be either a Chief or a Bill. I really don't think there's any other true options.
Well, see, that's messed up though, right? Because PNC is a little, on the market, and Chiefs and the Bills, and then and DJ Moore, OBJ, Chiefs, Bills are like they're in the conversation to get better when they're already two teams in the league. Which I mean, that's what winners do, I guess. Right?
Mm-hmm.
See, OBJ, he's going to pick where he wants to go. That's why I think it's going to be one of those 2 teams. I mean, those 2 teams are really like not only clear Super Bowl contenders, but most people probably feel whichever one of those teams come out of the AFC is probably winning the Super Bowl.
Unless the Cowboys are.
The Cowboys aren't beating either of those 2 teams.
Oh yeah, landslide.
No.
Hey, history says Cowboys Bills Super Bowls do not turn out good for Bills fans.
That's fair.
I mean, Bills Super Bowls don't turn out well for Bills fans.
Yeah,
specifically Cowboys and Bills. They were close with the Redskins and the Giants.
Still doesn't turn out well for them.
I thought it was only the one. Weren't they only really close in one of them though?
They were closer in both of those as opposed to the Cowboys.
Closer. Okay, closer. They were only really close in the wide. Was it wide right?
Yeah.
That's the only game they were actually really close.
Imagine if they would have made that, then they would have won like 4 straight.
Probably.
Also, this is completely random. Then we can do our upsets. So they're showing Taylor Swift commercial right now. I know there was the reports that she was going to do the halftime show. I was like, yeah, let's go. Like Swifties.
Oh, she just saw herself in the mirror. She's singing to herself. Look at this.
Rihanna.
What a talented woman. She was just 2 places at once.
You're so
incredible.
But now it's Rihanna, and I don't even care. I don't care about the Super Bowl halftime show anymore. Like, nothing against Rihanna. I was just really hyped for T Swift.
All right, so let's get back on track here a little bit.
All right, so we spoke of the NFC East. My dog for the week is the Giants, and I got 10 units on it. The Giants being the dogs to the Jags. I had to place a bet.
Yeah, because we actually brought that up in live. I talked about it because he's like, my dog. I can't believe that they're the underdog, and I went and looked through the
what.
You got the Giant -7, isn't it? Or did it change?
No, it's
2.5.
It's 3 on DraftKings.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got $9, I think, in my DraftKings account right now. I'm about to put that all on Giants.
Dude.
I would like to not talk about DraftKings because I legally cannot even open the app.
Well, fortunately for us, I'm hosting technically on my page, and I'm in Colorado, so we can talk about it legally.
And I'm in Iowa.
I'm just gonna.
I'm baffled that they are dogs in this game.
They're dogs of the Jags, and I was just like, you know what? I'm putting 10 units on it, and I'm rolling with it. And
dude, I'm about to put 9 on it and just double my money real quick.
He's not going to determine the units.
We're not disclosing what my units are because I don't really. Look, 10 units could be just $10. It could be just $10, guys.
It could be $10 10 times.
We're not going to disclose.
Well, for most people out there that think the Giants are going to win, you put $10 on that game and you win $23.50.
Yeah,
like you just a little over double your money just for the Giants doing what they should do. I mean, shit, it's still the NFL, guys. Like,
yeah.
Shout out to Colin, who I'm sure will see this. I told him I would pick the Giants. From now, I've picked them once. That was against the Panthers. I have picked them to lose every other game. I told him I'm going to start picking them so they start losing.
You're such a fraud.
Bro, whatever helps. So weird if it doesn't work. But that's not my upset. That's not my upset.
Who's your upset? Who you got?
The team I should have stuck with last week. I'm taking Steelers over Dolphins.
You got the Steelers. I really want to change my upset right now, but just for the benefit of the pod, I won't go with the same Giants pick as Joe for my upset. But that is a damn good one. I just have this hunch. My brain's telling me to pick the Las Vegas Raiders, but I have this hunch that the Houston Texans are going to go in there and take care of business. That's my upset, though. I'm going to take the Texans over the Raiders.
Jamie Pierce going to have a big day.
Is that your upset, or is that your, like, the Broncos sucks, the Raiders got to be worse?
No, that is my upset.
I
truly believe. No, like I said, my brain tells me to pick the Raiders in this game. Like, it's telling me that's who should win. That's who's favored. I just have a feeling that the Texans are going to go in there and Dameon Pierce is going to have a crazy game. Davis Mills and Cooks are going to just have this outstanding connection, and they're going to go nuts on a very poor defense. And that's not even being biased. It's just a fact, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. So that's all our picks, right?
Yes, that's all of them. We got Joe's got Jets, Cowboys, Cardinals, Bengals, Giants. Jimmy's got Jets, Cowboys, Cards, Patriots, Steelers. I've got Cowboys, Cardinals, Buccaneers, and Texans, and Denver. Sorry.
I think we had to pick Mount Rushmore. Do you guys remember the topic?
No.
Things that suck.
Things that suck. Oh, I mean, should we just throw out the obvious out there?
I mean, you do want it to be on the Mount Rushmore of things that suck.
I mean, it's very vital.
So, you mean the quarter option?
No, I'm everything I said still true, but no, I was talking about just your classic vacuum cleaner. I mean, gotta have it.
That's fair.
But I like where your mind's at. Originally, that's where my mind went, but I figured I would throw the obvious one out there that, I mean, you have to include it.
Vacuum cleaner. That's solid. I'm going to go ahead and say the Broncos O-line.
Part of me wants to say Jerry Jeudy. Part of me. But the other part of me is like, you said Johnny Sins for doctor, so I got to say Bella Danger.
You said Johnny Sins for doctor. What do you mean?
For the Dr. Mount Rushmore, man.
Yeah, the Dr. Mount Rushmore.
You said it, though. I said Dr. Seuss. I'm innocent.
No, I said
he took it. He said it.
I said it.
You know who else took it? Probably.
Exactly. So
probably, most likely, 3 times today.
Can I change my pick to the Broncos offense?
I mean, it's your pick. Go for it.
You really want to put that on the Mount Rushmore of sucking?
Yeah, this year, 2022.
Okay, dude, you can't go change Mount Rushmore.
They are the worst offense in the league. It's like,
yeah.
No, I get that. But my point is, you can't just go change Mount Rushmore. You can't just say, "Oh, they're the Mount Rushmore of suck this year." Mount Rushmore, you can't go change. Yeah, this is all time.
I'm saying offensive line. All time. Okay. Let me think about
it. That's what they've all been, right? The Mount Rushmores, the all time things.
This is fair. This is true.
That is fair.
You're just trying to get a cop out.
No, I'm trying to be a jerk.
Well, you are successful most of the time, but this time it just
This time I've been beat up. I've
do better.
been beat up. Things that suck. Joe's already said one that's worth the quarter. The original is the classic mom joke. The vacuum's a good pick. Can I do Randy Moss on the Raiders?
Sure. You could also do Jamarcus Russell as a number 1 draft pick.
Nope, I got it.
What is
Things
it?
that suck. Michael Jordan as an owner.
Okay. You know what else? You know what else sucks? When you just barely miss the green light. Just far enough when it turns yellow to not slow down to slow or to not speed up and get through it, where you just kind of like have to stop a little more uncomfortable than you have to. That shit sucks.
So I would agree with you, but since moving to Florida, red lights don't exist. They just drive. They don't care.
just go.
Dead serious. Like that light turns red, 5 more cars will go. Like I'm not joking. I see it every day.
My honorable mention.
Ooh, I've got
stubbing your toe.
Ooh, yes. I've got a good one too. TikTok community guidelines. We're not on TikTok right now. Let's go.
That's it. That's the one.
TikTok community guidelines.
Specifically towards sports creators.
Yes. 100%. 100%.
That's
TikTok community guidelines is definitely that I will change mine from vacuum cleaner to TikTok community guidelines.
No, I support it. That's the
Should that be
one.
That can be the consensus?
Yep, that's a group one.
All right, that's it right there.
That's it.
Because the vacuum, great pick.
That's a good pick.
Bella Danger, great pick. James, don't remember what he said because he changed it so many times.
Well, that's because I got vetoed when I said Broncos offensive line.
Well, whatever. You.
I'm just trying to, make.
You're just trolling.
If I was good,
Randy Moss in a Broncos jersey.
Jerry Rice was in one. He played
Jerry
preseason.
Rice, I don't hate.
Jerry Rice played preseason with the Broncos and then decided to retire. Take that however you want. To be fair, though, those few years were when Jake Plummer was quarterback and the Broncos were legit.
So legit that Jerry Rice was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this.
Well, Jerry Rice was like
80.
Yeah, like he was. I think he was pushing 40 at the time.
I think he was 43.
Yeah, he might have been. 40. Yeah, he was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah. Legit. Yep.
There's a lot of those players. Should we? I got an idea for next week's Mount Rushmore. Players that finished their career with other teams, NFL players.
I don't hate it. I was gonna say the Mount Rushmore candy for Halloween, but I mean,
that's a good one too. We could do that one first, and then do the one I said in a couple weeks, or third podcast total on video.
So for candy, let's all be prepared for our own Mount Rushmore. 4 picks.
Our own Mount Rushmore.
Oh, you know what though? I got an idea though. So I've seen podcasts do this a lot on TikTok. Mm-hmm. We'll do it draft style.
Yep. Yeah. Once someone takes it, it's off the board.
Off the board.
So you got to come prepared with candies. Which candy is pretty easy to just go off the noggin.
Right.
Are we doing?
I'm sure I could probably name like my top 8.
Are we doing our standings for how we did our picks today, determining the draft order?
Yes. Whoever wins next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then we'll say if it's a tie, the upset weighs more than the favorite.
Okay.
If your favorite wins, that's worth more than if your or if your upset wins, that's worth more than if your favorite loses. So if it is a tie. And then if that's also a tie, then we'll figure it out.
We'll just go like
Here's what we'll do. What we'll do on Sunday night or Monday morning, I'll look at this and see where we're all at, even though Joe has the Giants as one of his. If it's looking like it's going to be close, or if like me and Jimmy are tied, we'll all pick like on Snapchat or something. We'll all guess like the total points scored for Monday night. Whoever's closest, we'll go in that order, something like that. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll find a way.
That's fair.
Or we could do one of those wheel spinner things on the internet.
Yes.
Do that too. We could actually do that live.
Yeah, we could. I could actually do that on screen.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I could do this. I'm sure I could do this on my laptop, even though my laptop webcam sucks ass. I'll look into it.
So that is a total of $1.25 from Jimothy.
Oh, that
50 cents from Joe.
Easily $1.25. I bet you it was. I bet you I was more around $2.50. Not gonna lie.
I think.
I'm pretty sure you missed a few. There was a lot tonight.
Did you see the sign on TV?
No, I didn't. I wasn't looking.
It said "Welcome back, Hopkins." They don't even know DeAndre Hopkins' last name.
They just scored too.
That's a tutty. You got it. But man, I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah,
hour and a half, boys.
Yeah, I mean, good first show. I think we averaged about 0 viewers the entire time. So that's cool.
More quarters than viewers, but we also didn't advertise it.
No, we didn't advertise. It was spur of the moment. Can you guys hear this?
Yeah.
So, any last words?
Asta.